What's up, guys? If you're a high school senior or a potential transfer student looking at the University of Nevada, Reno, you've probably seen their brochures or their website. They show you the beautiful quad, the lake, how they're a R1 research institution. And they make it look flawless, right? But in this video, I want to show you guys what it's actually like to live and learn at the University of Nevada, Reno. I'm a finance student in the honors college here at UNR, and I'm going to look at this campus through the return on the investment. I just finished my freshman year, and I remember being just like you last year, looking for a college, trying to just sitting down and trying to figure out why would I pick UNR over these other schools and just comparing those lists. Today, I want to give you guys the totally unfiltered pros and cons about Nevada so you can decide for yourself whether it's worth your money or not. All right, we're starting off with the pros, starting off positively. Let's talk about the location and mountain lifestyle. This is probably the biggest selling point. You know, the city, the university, it's in the middle of the Sierra Nevada mountains, which are absolutely beautiful, especially during the winter. If you love the outdoors, this is going to bring so much value to you. You're only a 30 to 45-minute drive to Lake Tahoe. It's one of the biggest ski resorts in the country. There's endless amount of hiking trails there. And along with that, there's other mountains in the surrounding area, other hiking trails that you can go to. And coming from the desert heat, having this massive mountain landscape has changed my whole college experience. I couldn't imagine it any other way. And that beauty carries right on to the campus itself. It looks like one of those classic East Coast universities, but in the West. The historic side of campus, and especially near the quad, features just beautiful scenery, trees, vines hanging off the buildings. It's honestly stunning, especially in the fall when the leaves change, and it gives you that genuine like cinematic college experience that you see in those movies while you're just walking to class. It's beautiful. Now let's talk about an example of their special programs. They offer many programs, but the one I know about the most, the one that I'm utilizing, is their accelerated 4+1 programs. This is only for a certain amount of majors. It basically allows you, instead of spending 4 years on a bachelor's and 2 years on a master's, it allows you to do the 4 years as a bachelor and one extra year for a master's. It allows you to double dip some classes and match them together and graduate with both degrees in just 5 years. I'm doing this right now for my bachelor's and master's of finance. And because I did come in with some high school credits, I'm going to graduate with those 2 degrees in only 3.5 years. I have 2.5 more years left of that. The time and tuition money that you're saving is a massive win for your future career timeline if you had planned to go back to school for your master's sometime in the future. Now let's talk about academic support. College classes can be a big jump coming from high school for some people, but Nevada offers academic spaces all over campus. They have the math center, the writing and speaking center, and they provide walk-in tutoring to help you in your classes. So if you're pushing through a tough assignment or essay, you don't have to struggle alone. You have those resources for you. If you want to take it a step further, the honors college here is pretty good. I'm in it for the priority registration, meaning you get first dibs on your classes and the times that you want. You can also get into classes with smaller class sizes because I know some of the class sizes are pretty big here at the university, especially in lectures. And the college is honestly just a dedicated community full of like-minded people, full of many different majors as well. It makes this big university feel more personal. Now, the ultimate goal of college is getting a job, right? So they also have a career studio, a career services department. They sit one-on-one with you, look at your resume, your LinkedIn, and run through mock interviews with you, and ultimately they help you find a job. They connect you with local businesses and big corporations, and most importantly, they teach you how to market your skills for employers. All right, the University of Nevada is great, but it's not entirely perfect. Let's talk about the cons about it that the campus tours don't talk about. First, let's talk about the no car trap. This is a massive one for freshmen. If you don't have a car, the off-campus options are completely limited. Remember how I said Lake Tahoe is 30 to 45 minutes away by a car? Well, if you don't have a car that you're bringing or a solid friend group where you can get rides, you're completely cut off from those special things that are pro for this university. However, Reno public transit is pretty good. The bus system runs pretty smooth, and your Wolf card gets you on to transportation completely for free, unlimited. If you're down to utilize it, you can escape the immediate surrounding area of the university, and if you aren't, you can easily start feeling trapped in the dorm bubble. This is honestly a thing where it is a con, but you can find your way around, especially if you meet people that have cars or if you find your places. Second, this campus is massive and is built entirely on a giant hill. If your class is at the bottom of campus and your next class is at the top, you're gonna struggle because you're walking completely uphill. And sure, that's not that big of a problem. I like walking, so it's not really a big problem for me. But if you're in a rush or if you just hate walking, the incline's going to test your patience. It's just a big campus in general. I know there's a lot of campus that could be way bigger than it. Now, if you do bring a car to solve the first problem, you run right into a parking situation. Parking at this university is a massive headache, and it's honestly expensive. You need to purchase a parking permit, which costs hundreds of dollars a year, and it basically gives you a license to be able to hunt for a spot. If you don't get to the garages early, you'll find yourself driving in circles while your class is starting. A lot of students complain that the school sells more parking permits than there are spots, so it's really first come first serve, and it could be a problem. Now let's talk about the safety and surroundings. The campus is pretty safe, but the immediate border of it, where the south end of the campus meets downtown Reno, can get a little sketchy sometimes. Especially at night, it's not the safest place, especially if you're walking around by yourself. I wouldn't recommend it. You could avoid that place entirely pretty easily. To have common sense, travel with your friends at night if you make it down there for whatever reason, and be aware of your surroundings when walking off campus. And finally, the food. The moment you've all been waiting for. The dining options and the on campus food choices aren't the best. It's fine for your first few weeks or first few months, but it gets repetitive incredibly fast. You'll definitely find yourself wanting home cooked meals or exploring off campus food spots just to get some diversity with your food. Now, there's one factor that is both a pro and con depending on where you're from: the weather. Reno experiences all four seasons, and in the fall and spring, it's beautiful. The weather can be perfect, but in winter, you might get heavy snowstorms, freezing temperatures, crazy wind that's coming off the mountains, and yeah, if you love a snowy winter and winter sports, it's a massive pro. I was lucky that my freshman year it only snowed one day out of the whole winter, but it snowed. If you're used to 24/7 sunshine and palm trees, it's going to be a massive culture shock for you. Honestly, it's nice having all four seasons, especially coming from Vegas where it's just hot all the time and then all of a sudden it's winter. It's cool having the diversity with the weather. So, what's the final verdict? Is Nevada worth it? From my perspective, if you're looking for a more affordable university with good amenities and services that come with the tuition, with great outdoor access, career networking, and a place to call home and get away from home, the return on investment here is incredibly high. The cons, like the parking fees, the dining food, and navigating the area without a car, those are all things you can work around once you can find your rhythm and build a solid circle here. If you're planning to apply to Nevada, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what your biggest pro or con is, and smash that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video. Go Pack!